Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tribulation Institute. My name is Jeff Forrester, and I'm your host today, which is January 8th, 2020. This is part 2 on the Tribulation Institute's 2020 vision. This is part 2 on President Trump's speech this morning on national TV. Just to give you a recap, for those who have not seen the first video on this, we talked about a couple things that stood out when I watched the president speak this morning. The first thing that stood out was that he made us wait for an awfully long time. He made the audience wait. He made the press wait. He made us all wait and wait and wait and wait. I believe it was just a little over 30 minutes that we were all waiting to see his broadcast. And I go, wow, this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen maybe a minute or two. And most of the time, not even that long does it take a president to come to the podium after he's already announced that he'll be there at such and such time. Thought it extremely strange. So that's number one, is that he made everybody wait. And I want to tie this into the message that he was sending Iran, is that he's waiting. And I'll get into that he's waiting for their response. He's waiting. He's making them wait. He's going to make them wait. Which I believe, I'll get into that in a minute. So, number two, what's the other strange thing? Well, the other strange thing is, before he finally first came out, looked like I don't know who they are, but they were in military uniforms. I'm assuming they were Joint Chiefs of Staff, but if not, they were still generals. And I guess some of his White House staff. And they came out, and they were there for a few minutes down beneath the podium. And he still didn't come out. But the TV cameras are focused on these two doors behind this group of people, as I just mentioned. And then all of a sudden, those doors open, and there's a bright white light. Hell, I thought Jesus was going to come through him. No, I'm only joking there. But however, it looked like one of them movies that you would see, that Jesus fixing to appear, coming out of the bright white light. But however, this time it was Trump. And he come walking slowly through that bright light and got closer and closer to the camera. And he appeared through the bright light and came down to the podium. So, what does all that mean? Well, what I want to get to is, before I made this, I was looking at the response, and I believe it was, I don't know, it was ABC or CBS. I was watching one of their journalists that was on there, and said that something caught her eye, because Trump, during his speech, had mentioned that he was going to put more sanctions on Iran. And she goes, what else could the president do? We've crippled their economy. We've brought them to their knees. We've brought them to this point. So what else does the president have? Well, another thing that the president that stood out as I was watching this is he emphasized that we don't need their oil anymore. We don't need their oil anymore. That most of you, if you don't know, that America is oil dependent. We're the largest oil producer in the world. Unlike what it was back when Obama was president. So anyway, he's trying to tell them, at least my opinion, he's trying to tell the Iranians that he's not going to not do anything because we need their oil. No, he's making it emphatic, letting them know that we don't need their oil. The United States does not need their oil, so that's not going to enter into what he's going to do. So, what are the sanctions? What else is he going to do to Iran? Let me look over my notes. Oh, he also said, he emphasized that NATO needs to be involved in what's going on. Involved in what? Involved in what's going to take place. So, say, why don't you just beat around the bush? Okay. Number one, Trump is. He tells them. Let me get back. He says he's going to continue the sanctions until Iran sees the light. There we go, light again. So Trump walks through this bright light, makes it unmistakable. He's emphasizing them. We're all sitting there glued, or at least I was, and other people waiting for the president to come out. We're glued on this. We're watching the screen, looking at those doors, 30 minutes or longer, and then the doors open and bright light. And out comes President Trump, walks up to the podium. Bright light. And he tells Iran that he's going to continue the sanctions, the next sanction. He says he can continue sanctions until they see the light. See, what light? What, the light of their ways? And he says, you need to join the normal world, the normal nations of the world. I don't know what he's talking about there, but nevertheless. This is fascinating. At least I think it is. You said finish your story, Jeff. Okay, I will. So, Trump is making Iran wait on him. What? To wait and see what's his response, this tit for tat, to their firing missile strikes, but no one was hurt in the two bases, Iraqi bases that soldiers were at last night at about 5 o'clock Eastern time yesterday afternoon. His response is this message, that they need to see the light, or he's going to bring them some light. What light? I oftentimes tell people that, if they don't wake up to what's going on, next thing they're going to see is a bright light. And I'm not talking about the bright light when they wake up, and they're going to the pearly gates, the nuclear explosion. It's the last thing you see is a bright light. You go, Jeff, is that what you're trying to tell us? Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I think President Trump just threatened, without saying it, just threatened Iran with a nuclear weapon. You go, really? Yes, I do. And what's the target? Their oil fields. The only thing that can cripple them any further, they're in shambles. Their economy's in shambles. And that's with the oil that they're selling to Russia and other nations of the world. But if they don't have any oil wells, they have no income. No money coming in. Do I think that Iran is going to figure out what he was saying? I do, but guess what? We'll see if it comes on TV and say, hey, we know what you're up to, President Trump. How dare you? And then they do something. What? Any more casualties on the American side, and he will blow up their oil fields. That's what I sincerely believe. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Be sure to like us, share us, and subscribe so that you can be notified of our latest, which there's more coming. And don't forget that you can see the Tribulation Institute at our new blog site, which is www.tribulationisherenow.wordpress.com. So until next time, be safe, keep your faith. Hallelujah. Amen.